You know, sometimes you're just glad you get up out of your bed early in the morning. The last video it did, I was out in the car. Have you seen it? I was actually sitting waiting for the car wash to open up. I thought to myself, okay, week off. The car has been targeted by pretty much every bird in the country at this moment in time. It is absolutely stinking. Let's go get her washed up. So we went out early to get their popular car wash. Usually a whole stack of cars first thing in the morning. So I thought, get there early. So I'm the third car in line, and the car wash where we're at, there's about enough room to comfortably hold maybe 5-6 cars front to back, and then there's the main road outside it, and usually some guy will come down and he doesn't have enough space to get in there, but he'll try it, which means the back end of his car is sitting out in the street. It's annoying, I do know that 100%. There's nothing more frustrating than you're coming down a main road and some guy sitting blocking your way, and you know, with oncoming traffic, it's just a pain. You know, it's nothing that's going to end your day, but it is what it is. So we're sitting there in the rear view mirror, I can see all this happening, and then one of these clowns turns up. You know those guys that have their cars with the big bored out exhaust on them, like you can hear them coming a mile away, and they're bop 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 bop. I was here, and you think they're going about 110, but then they turn up, they're going about 30 miles an hour. Bop. So this guy lands at the back of the queue, and of course he's not happy, and he wants to get in to get the car washed, and he's one of these real arrogant sorts. So I'm sitting in the queue, and first thing I hear is his frustration, and the way that he shows his frustration with this guy at the back of the queue is to start revving his engine with the big bored out exhaust. Bop, 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 all this mad nonsense going on. So of course then he drives around, plenty of room. Now we're talking probably about 8:45 AM. The town is only opening up to start its day. There's not a huge amount of people about. There's no major traffic. As I say, I'm sitting in the queue. You can see everything that's going on behind me. And I look around, and this guy's giving it the burr 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 burr, showing his frustration. And there's no oncoming traffic at all, so there's nothing stopping this guy from just nicely driving out past this guy, whatever he needs to do. So what he wants, turns out, is an MOT wash. Normally, I only do that once a year when MOT comes up, and you get your car on. There's this cement ramp at the place, and you drive up onto it, and then they can wash the bottom of your car. It's just, you know, you want to have your car nice and clean for the inspection and below it. So turns out that's what this guy was looking. So frustration, brr, 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 brr. Just pure arrogance on his part, like just trying to annoy this guy at the back of the queue. So he drives around past everyone and up the ramp, which is fair play. That's okay. If you're not getting your car washed, no, you want the MOT wash, we all do it. We go around the queue to the thing, but he comes in giving it, you know, the whole arrogant revving and whatnot. He stops and he gets out of his car, and he's one of these teenagers with the chest all pushed out like this here, and he's walking, giving it that there, and he's looking up the queue of cars, and he's giving the evil eye to everybody up there, especially the guy at the back, and walks past everyone into the car wash. It's literally just opened its door at this stage, waiting to bring the first car in. So he says, MOT wash, I want this done now, hurry up. So the guys in there, you know, they're not going to jump to this kid's attention. You know, there's a whole line of cars right here, and they're going to take care of these guys first. They're going to put their manpower to the people that's lined up to get the cars washed. But the guy has been friendly enough to this kid, and he's like, give me 5 minutes to get all this here started, and then we'll get you sorted out. Now, I spotted it as soon as the car arrived. I was like, this is going to be entertaining as all hell, and I was just waiting for it to happen, because he's one of these guys, and if you do it, fair play to you. Everybody has their own style on the face of the planet. For me, a car is nothing more than a necessity for work, getting out and doing things. But you see, adding all these extras onto it, like a big bored out exhaust and make as much noise as possible, and like ripping the suspension clean out of the car so you lower it way down, I've never understood that. So this kid here had I don't think she was too badly lowered. I don't think she was as high up as it really should have been. But he did have this big body kit on it, and spoiler, and looks the part. Car did look great, give that to him. But as soon as it turned up and he parked it at the face of the ramp, I was just like, I don't think that car is going to get onto that ramp, because of the body kit on the front bumper was very, very low to the ground. And the owner of the place eventually comes out. This guy was made such an ass of himself turning up that these guys were just like, okay, give me 5 minutes, but the 5 minutes turned into 10 minutes, then it was heading towards 15 minutes, and I was kind of in a hurry to get away, but at this stage I was kind of like, guys, really just take your time and let me sit in this queue for a bit just to see what happens right here. So eventually one guy comes out to him and he looks at him and he looks at the car, and I see him shaking the head, and the owner comes out then, and he's like, that car's not going to go onto that ramp. And the guy wasn't having any of it, and the guy's okay, no problem. He says, got him into his car and lined him up for the ramp, and he was giving it this here, move forward, and he actually let the guy take the nose of the car to the ramp so he could literally see for himself. And he's just, the owner's like, get out, come here, look at this here. And there was no mission. You could have seen it a mile away. The car was not going to go onto the ramp, and the kid was pretty much told, there's nothing we can do with this car. You're going to have to take it somewhere else with a ramp that can take the car, some sort of lifter to lift it off the ground, because of this body kit you have on it. And I was just, that was beautiful. And then when he realised, and when he was told that there's nothing we can do, you're going to have to leave, there's going to be no MOT wash for you, then of course the arrogance rears its ugly head again, and he gets into his car, starts the engine, and he starts all this revving again, bark, 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 and just really showing his frustration. And the whole time I'm in the car pissing myself, laughing, and I look at the guys and the cars all around me, like, these, we're just customers right here, but the owner and the people working in the car wash trying to be as professional as they can, and they're just working away as if nothing's happening. But there's a part of the car wash where it's enclosed. You do like a pre-wash outside, then inside they do the actual proper scrub down and whatnot. So it's enclosed, you can't really see from the outside unless you're looking directly into it. And the workers that were outside it were like, working away, doing their thing. But the guys that was inside the thing were absolutely rolling around with the tears running out of them. It was just so comical and so amazing. I enjoyed that so much, and I just had to share that story with you, because we all know an idiot with a bored out exhaust that has to be heard a mile away. Now, in all fairness, anybody that knows me will probably say, well, you're the idiot that drives about with your rock music turned up to like 11, and we can hear you a mile away before you get there. And I'm just, well, that's okay, but at least I can turn that shit down. But moral of the story, there is no point in having a car that looks the part, sounds the part, if it's not at all practical for the things that you need to do to keep it road legal. So that's great, getting up early in the morning. I'm going to do it more often if I want to see stuff like that.